Hello YouTube, today we are talking Lynae, her strongest points as well as her weaknesses, so you can have the entire picture when you pull for her, because let's be honest, I'm expecting almost everyone to either go for her or for Mornye, and who can blame us? Because first of all, Lynae is gonna be the very first character based around the new off-tune mechanic that we get, and of course Mornye is gonna follow shortly after, but there is a very big key difference. Before going further, let's explain a little how off-tune works. So each attack of a character is gonna build up the off-tune. When it is completely filled, characters are gonna be able to perform an execute attack called misstune. All characters in the game are gonna be able to do this, but besides the regular misstune, we also have a higher tier called interfere. But in order to get enemies in this state, it is a process. Enemies need to first go into the shifting state, and only after you can apply interfere on them. Still with me so far? Right now we have only one character confirmed to be able to apply this shifting state, and yes, it is Lynae. And on top of that, there are only two characters again confirmed to be able to even interact with the interfered state, Mornye and again Lynae. So Lynae can both move enemies to the shifting state and at the same time trigger the interfered state all by herself with no other external help, which is absolutely amazing. This is something that not even Mornye can do. Lynae also has insane exploration value. She has her skates and she can move at hyper speed, and of course this is not gonna be that helpful in 𝗖cie𝗽𝗆𝗵𝗵. We have the new utility that will make us move just as fast, if not faster, but the motorcycle is tied to 𝗖cie𝗽𝗍. We know we are not going to be able to use it in other regions. There is however no mention of Lynae's skates being region locked, which would be lame to begin with. There is a chance of that being the case, that's why for this one it's better to just wait a bit for others to pull and test to confirm 100%, but very likely she's going to be able to enter her skate mode in any region. This is massive value. We already have these speed buffs all across the 𝗖cie𝗽𝗆𝗵𝗵 region. Imagine being able to go at that speed permanently. And she also has that entire thing of being able to create a rainbow and sit on it. Don't see any practical utility for it right now since we got flight everywhere and the bike in 𝗖cie𝗽𝗍 seems to be capable of short-term flight, but I feel like this is worth mentioning. 𝗖𝗆𝗆𝗵𝗁, unleash the likes and subscribes. Remember Lynae's weapon type? Yes, pistol. Why does it matter? Because the most broken standard weapon in the entire game is the pistol, Static Mist. It provides crit rate, summon energy regen, and the passive 10% extra attack to the upcoming Resonator, and is always triggerable, unlike other weapons who have some kind of condition to trigger their buff. This weapon alone makes gun users very F2P friendly, as you don't need to go out of your way to pull for their signature. Though again, I don't know about you guys, but I still will not be able to help myself. I'm still going for her weapon, it is what it is. And we are also getting a new roster of 5-star standard weapons in 𝗖𝗽𝗍𝗍, so who knows? They might release an even better option specifically for Lynae. It will just make sense. New character, Lynae is gonna be the very first character of the new region. We get new weapons, you know, 1 + 1 = 3. And right now we are entering a new age of hybrid DPSs. Before, the formula was always the same, Outro providing 20% damage increase to a specific element and 25% damage increase to a category of damage, heavy, basic, you name it. Augusta was the first hybrid, well, she technically is a DPS, but let's go with being a hybrid, whose Outro provided damage amplification to all attributes. This before was reserved for the support classes like Verina and Shorekeeper, and Lynae takes Augusta's example and goes even further beyond. She not only provides damage amplification via her Outro and via her Liberation, she also comes with Resonance Liberation buff. This is gonna make her a very universal character, and Resonance Liberation buffs are something that was very scarce before. I mean, what characters we even had that were buffing that? Genshin, like come on, Inlin, be for real. Zhongli, well, I can see that a little, but outside of Lupa teams, what? Come on. And lastly, Lynae is gonna be two characters in one. We know from the livestream that besides her off-tune skill, her regular skill and forte are also gonna be able to switch between different forms before the very start of the battle to adapt to different situations. And while they tried this before, they never quite got it. Cartethyia has two forms, but her base form is just the setup for her big mummy form, so while she's visually two characters in one, hit-wise she's just one character. Phoebe is the closest to this concept, but they kind of drowned at the shore with her. To use Phoebe's sub-DPS form you need 𝗖cie, and if you have 𝗖cie, there is really no point in using Phoebe's DPS form outside of some niche situations where you will need 2 Spectre teams, but 𝗖cie will not really work without Phoebe sub-DPS, so the reality is that most of the time, depending if you have 𝗖cie or not, you're only gonna use one or the other of Phoebe's forms. And with all this good stuff, is there even anything bad to say about Lynae? Yes, but it is not on Lynae, it is on KURO. It is about the mechanic she's designed around. We know nothing about what KURO plans for it. Let's remember the debuffs. They were announced at the beginning of Resonator. They were supposed to be the new mechanic shaking things up in 2.0, and for the most part, it was abandoned. I am more optimistic about off-tune because it is literally gonna be part of the enemies we face, but there are still a lot of questions that remain unanswered. Is this gonna be a Laharoi focused thing, or it will keep receiving new characters and new supports going further in new versions? Just how powerful is smidgen really? How hard do they plan to shield this new mechanic? Are they just gonna release 2 characters for it and then forget it? And how is the balance even gonna work? They can't just completely power creep every other character in the game that does not have this mechanic. So off-tune characters are probably just gonna be better than classic characters in off-tune based content, but weaker in the rest. And if that's the case, then how often we will get this type of content? Many questions, not enough answers, and the past is not doing KURO any favors. I hope you found the answer in this video. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful day and bye for now.